In Vietnam, she was called the Queen of Real Estate, elegant, powerful, untouchable. But behind that power was a secret so massive it nearly brought down the country's financial system. This is the unbelievable true story of Truong My Lan, the woman who quietly took control of one of Vietnam's biggest banks and siphoned away $44 billion through fake loans, shell companies, and political connections that reached the very top. It's the biggest financial scandal in Vietnam's history. Truong didn't come from money. Her family ran a small cosmetic stall after the war, humble beginnings. But when Vietnam's economy began to open to the world, she saw opportunity where others saw uncertainty. She bought land, then more, old lots, hotels, high-rises. Soon, her company, Van Thin Phat Group, controlled some of the most valuable real estate in the country. She became a symbol of success in the new Vietnam. But power, once tasted, is never enough. In 2011, Truong quietly began acquiring shares in Saigon Commercial Bank, or SCB. On paper, the bank was independent. In reality, she owned almost all of it, more than 90%. That alone broke multiple laws. But she didn't stop there. Once she controlled the bank, she used it as her personal cash machine. Over the next decade, she and her associates created thousands of fake companies, all borrowing from SCB. These weren't real loans, no businesses, no assets, no repayments. Money flowed out of the bank into a web of shell corporations and then right back into her empire. Real estate, hotels, even political influence. By 2022, the hole was $44 billion deep. That's 6% of Vietnam's entire GDP. And for years, no one said a word. Then, in late 2022, everything collapsed. SCB's customers rushed to withdraw their savings. The panic spread. And suddenly, the government stepped in. The investigation that followed was the largest financial probe in the nation's history. Thousands of fake loans, dozens of high-ranking insiders, all trails leading back to one woman. In October 2023, Truong My Lan was arrested, charged with embezzlement, fraud, and bribery. She now faces the death penalty. When the story broke, Vietnam was left stunned. How could one person move $44 billion for over a decade without anyone stopping her? Some say it was greed. Others say she simply played the game everyone else was playing, just better. But behind those numbers were real victims. Ordinary people who lost their savings, employees who lost their futures, and a nation whose trust was shattered. She once said, "Business is about trust, but trust, once broken, can shake an entire country." Her empire may be gone, but its shadow still lingers. Because sometimes the richest empires are built on lies. If you found this story unbelievable, it's because it almost was. Subscribe for more true stories that reveal the hidden power behind